a handful of times as Freddy. Like, Freddy hosted MTV.
Yeah, but that's being watched by, at that point, 80s, millions of people.
That's true. Still,
not,
it was...
Not hundreds of people?
It was awkward.
At whatever's 8 in in San Francisco, or whatever?
It was midnight. But
it was midnight.
So awkward looking. Like, it's kind of funny watching him. Like, there's only a handful of clips that exist, but one of them is literally him ripping the head off of a doll and sort of growling at it. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, man? But it's like, but you got to think about it. He's got to kill like a 3-hour block, and they're just throwing the camera on and going, go.
Do something, Robert.
And it's literally, this is what he comes up with.
Give me a doll.
I mean, you don't want to tell a Shakespearean actor to just ham it up, because he's gonna. So that's what Robert Englund did, and
did he like cut it off, or did he bite it off like Ozzy Osbourne style?
No. He pulled the head off with the other hand.
Because you should have bit it off, because you're on MTV Music, Ozzy Osbourne.
That's true. He could have pulled an Ozzy, but
like if he was thrown to a Ozzy Osbourne music video or something, or a Black Sabbath. No, 84.
84. No, it would have been Ozzy.
It would have been Ozzy. It was
Osbourne. Bark at the Moon, Ozzy.
This is Bark at the Moon, and then he rips the thing off a thing. And...
I think he did play during it, though. I think he played Dawkins' fucking Dream Warriors like 8 times.
Well, yeah.
Damn right. First of all, I'd be happy to hear it 8 times, but, doing it anyway is the right thing to do. The earthquake scenes were already written into the film from the beginning. When the film went into production in 1994, the Northridge earthquake in Los Angeles happened.
Too real.
As such, the production team decided to incorporate real footage of the earthquake structural damage into the film. So they actually had started filming earthquake footage that looked like shit, apparently. And then the fucking earthquake happened. And first of all, Wes shows up to work and they're like, what did you do? And he's like, I don't know. But they did actually, they actually gave out jackets that said, production jackets, and on the back it just says Nightmare 7.1, as in 7.1 on the Richter scale. Because they were just like, we predicted an earthquake and it fucking happened. This is messed up. But all the footage of the earthquake you see in the movie is real damage.
If you want to see footage of that, watch. I think it's I don't know what game it was, but it was during the World Series.
Yeah.
Because it was in Oakland. The earthquake happened while the game was going on.
And it did not go well.
No! It didn't. No, it didn't.
Yeah, but that footage is readily available. I recommend you watch it.
I don't, but I think it was the only awkward part of the movie. I'm just like, why are you making... The earthquake's more of a bad guy than Freddy.
Well, I mean, it's California. I would assume that it is more of a bad guy than Freddy.
Yeah.
More casting news, as per usual. Winona Ryder and Drew Barrymore were both considered for the roles of Julie. Both actresses turned it down due to prior commitments to other projects. What the fuck was Drew Barrymore doing in 1994?
Well, 2 years after that, she was playing a blonde woman in a Wes Craven movie. Yeah. It just wasn't this one.
In a film that's a lot like this one. Julie was originally supposed to turn out to be the stalker, which is why in several scenes she seems kind of off.
That would have made sense.
Yeah, and if you look, there's a couple scenes where she's looking over. That was intended. We're meant to not trust her anyway, so that's why they kept it. It was going to be revealed that she was being Freddy's puppet. But they kind of was like, this movie's complicated enough, let's leave that out. But they kind of left it in because they're like, it could be cool to see.
Yeah, this movie's hard to follow if you don't...
Sometimes it is. It is a little bit...
You don't sit there and focus.
But... Yeah, like it's a complicated flick, which was new for horror films. Which
is why it didn't do well.
Yeah, people weren't ready for that for another couple years.
I didn't come here to think.
Yeah, because the problem is they used Freddy. That was my thought process on it, is you use Freddy so people are not looking for complicated, they're looking for fun slasher, and then you give them this cerebral fucking film.
That's why Scream worked.
Exactly, because Scream was overly complicated, but they didn't have Freddy Krueger. You know what I mean? That was the whole thing. If you use another character, this movie would have went fine. But, they used Freddy, and it kind of just shot them in the foot. Craven had intended to ask Johnny Depp, whose feature film debut was in the first film, to make an appearance as himself in the funeral scene, with a lot of the other alumni, but didn't. If you remember that funeral scene, if you look at everybody in the crowd, it's all Nightmare on Elm Street alumni.
Yeah.
Like, all of them. Everyone had something to do with the film. They even do a weird close-up shot of Jesus Garcia.
And
for no reason. Tuesday Night is the only one from Nightmare 4 who was invited, and she happened to be in a corner.
It's a little rude.
A little bit.
Okay.
Upon running into each other after the film's release, Johnny Depp asked why Wes didn't ask him, and Wes replied, "I was too afraid to ask." Johnny claimed he would have been happy to do it. Because by this point, Johnny Depp was...
Is Johnny fucking Depp.
Movie fucking star Johnny Depp. And
1994 Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
He is Johnny fucking Depp.
He's Johnny Depp. He's the man, the big man on campus by this point, and Wes was like, he's not going to give a shit about me. But apparently he would have. And from every interview I've seen...
This isn't a Ben Affleck, Kevin Smith situation.
Yeah, no.
You could have asked him.
Johnny Depp has never shied away from his first film being Nightmare on Elm Street. Never once. He's proud of it. So, it's one of the reasons I like Johnny Depp. You know, you're not going to... Him and Kevin Bacon. Because Kevin Bacon's first film was in Friday the 13th. Neither one of them was like, oh, that was stupid. They're both like, yeah, that was cool. Infinite respect for that. I really do.
Plus, both have been in way dumber films.
Oh, God, yes.
Way dumber films.
Oh, yeah. The name of the doctor that stops Heather constantly is Hefner. Named after the head of the MPAA, Richard Hefner. Wes's arch nemesis.
I just thought it was like, after Hugh?
No. Ironically, this was the real Hefner's last film he saw before he stepped down. And it came back with an R rating with no cuts, making this the most intact film Wes has ever made. Also the most personal he's ever made.
But he slapped his name on this shit.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. Maybe it was just like, I'll put your name in here if you just let me go. Come on, man. Come on, buddy. Cut to 2 years later, and he's like, oh, fucking come on. Because, trust me, the following film, I don't think anyone gave a shit after this one.
No.
Because this was fucking Vampire in Brooklyn.
Yep.
In the commentary that I listened to, Wes talks about it. He doesn't say the name of the movie, but he's like, I'm working on a film with Eddie Murphy. And I'm just like, oh, God, dude, how does that turn out for
Do you mean Wes Craven's a Vampire in Brooklyn?
Yeah. Wow. In reality, Heather Langenkamp's real husband, David Leroy Anderson, is a special effects artist, as he's in the film. He was asked to play himself, but he declined. Pretty much saying, no one wants to see that.
He's just like, I'm not an actor, man.
I'm not doing this. His death in the film came about because there were concerns that Freddy simply wasn't killing enough people in the screenplay. So he was not supposed to die.
Yeah.
It's like, but we're looking at the death.
Kind of a plot hole. That would leave a giant plot hole if he doesn't die.
Oh, I think they restructured. I have a feeling that they're... Like,
it would have been a different movie if he didn't die, and somebody else would have died or something.
I think so. But I mean, literally, if he hadn't died, Freddy would have only killed one person.
Personally, I think this movie... I'm going to still give it a pretty decent rating, I think. But I think this movie would have been better if he was killing off, like, Bob Shea and Wes Craven.
I would have liked that too, but I think that would have taken away...
Him killing Robert Englund
that would have been a big deal. There are, I'm going to get to it, but there are some extra scenes. Nobody would have died, but there were some more things that would have made it a little more horrific and a little cooler.
At least Freddy interacting with Robert.
Yeah, that I would have liked, but I don't think they had... Oh, they had the technology, but I don't think they had the money.
Because like him doing the painting, if like... do the
a
wall
claw
effect
comes out or
of
something.
The thing.
Yeah, that would have been kind of cool.
Yeah.
Miko Hughes' father is also a special effects artist, so that works. Wes Craven was looking to get a specific reaction. Okay, this is where things get a little weird. So, Miko Hughes being a little kid from Full House.
Really good in this movie.
He is. There's reasons why. I'm about to get to that. Wes was looking to get a specific reaction from Miko, and his parents said that there was a way to make him cry. We don't like to do it, but we can. Wes...
It's weird Ace in the hole to have, guys.
Wes reluctantly said, okay. So his mother...
Gave the signal off screen. Do it.
Kind of.
Oh, no.
So Miko's mother left the set, and his father whispered into Miko's ear, your mother's dead.
Jesus, tap dancing Christ.
That's not the worst thing. There was another time he wasn't acting scared enough. So Robert said to Wes, and I can hear him saying this, I can scare anyone on this set. Doesn't matter who it is. I can scare the biggest, toughest grip on here. Just give me a minute to do it. And Wes again reluctantly agreed. And during one scene, Miko was running up a set of stairs, and Robert/Freddy jumped out at him, and he wasn't told that it was going to happen. He immediately ran to his parents, and it took 30 minutes of his parents coaxing him out and talking to Robert to calm down.
Was Robert in full Freddy?
Oh, yeah. Robert felt so bad, and he wished he'd blamed it on Wes, but he never did. Although, as an adult, Nico holds no ill will towards Robert. He's like, I know why you did it. It's fine.
He's like, it's fine, man.
Yeah.
Like, I get it.
His reward after...
he's an actor, right?
Exactly.
Like,
his reward after a tough scene was always a Happy Meal. So...
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I'll do a scene if you give me a Happy Meal afterwards.
I'd do it right now.
Come on out, Robert!
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would do that for free. Come on. It's Robert fucking...
That is your Happy Meal.
That is
Meeting
my Happy
Robert
Meal.
England.
Meeting Robert England makes me happy. Although I'm afraid to meet him, so who knows. I've had opportunities. I won't do it. You don't want to meet your heroes.
Even though you've never heard one bad story ever.
No. Although, I know that's not true.
Is it you don't want to be the one bad story?
Well, I mean, it happened with Wes Craven. Did I ever tell the story? So, I'll do it very, very quickly. But the first year I ever went to Fan Expo, which is our version of Comic-Con, Wes Craven was going to be there, and that's the reason I went. I wanted to meet Wes Craven and just sort of be like, thank you, my lord. And so I went there, and I waited in line for 3 hours. Now, I didn't know this was a thing they did. Now I understand it's a thing, so I'm a little less mad. But it's still, I wanted to meet the man. So I went up there, I waited, and I eventually went up, and I'm sitting there going, okay, what am I going to say to this man? Like, that he hasn't heard 1,000 times from everyone. So I'm working on it, and I have a DVD for him to sign. I don't care about an autograph, still don't. Autographs don't mean shit to me. I just want to shake the person's hand and say thank you. So they grab the DVD from me and hand it to him to sign, and then they just go pick it up over there.
Aww.
Didn't get to meet him. So that moment, and again, I'm not mad at Wes, I understand, because he was also, at the time, he was like 80 or 70 something, whatever. So I'm not mad at him or anything like that, but that's part of the reason why I've never met Robert Englund, because I'm like, what if that happens again?
That's when you yell out, "Yo, Vampire Broker was my favorite movie, yo!"
Yeah.
And then then that garners a reaction like, really?
Yeah.
You're the one!
Exactly. But yeah, I don't want to meet him for that reason. So
How many copies of that movie do you think he signed? Not many.
3.
Yeah.
I'm just making
Because I guarantee you, there's somebody out there who thinks like, I'm the clever guy who has this one. He signed all the other ones, but he never signed this one. And I guarantee he signed that a couple times.
On a slightly different note, I was going to do that for Leonard Nimoy before it turned out it was too expensive. Everyone, of course, had all their Star Trek shit. I had the Transformers movie in my hand. I wanted him to sign that. Because to me, yeah, he's Spock, but he's also fucking Galvatron, damn it.
Yeah.
So that's what I wanted him to sign. But that's the reason I won't meet Robert Englund. And I have at one point in time been within distance where I could put my arm out and touch the man. And I could have just been like, hey, what's up? But
just reach over.
But that's my thing.
Give him one of those things where you tap the opposite shoulder to make him think there's someone behind him.
But yeah, I won't do it. I
gave the bunny ears to Robert Englund once.
But yeah, I can't do it. I don't want that bad. It's enough. I've had it. I don't want to, he's acknowledged my existence once. He was doing a Q&A once, and he said, he was telling some story, and he was like, I was having lunch with some, you'd think I'd remember the name of the actor, but I don't. And he was saying, like, oh, I was having lunch with this person, and I was the only one, I guess, who knew who it was. And I went, no. And he looked directly at me and went, I'm not kidding. He's spoken to me. I'm good. That's all I need.
Same reason why I won't meet Jason David Frank.
Yeah.
So,
it's just
I wouldn't know what to say to Tommy Oliver.
Yeah. What do I say to Freddy Krueger? What do you say to Tommy Oliver? Like, you're great. I'm like, fuck you. You're just going to come off like an idiot, so just leave it alone.
Well, you give him the Wayne. You give him the Wayne and Garth, right?
Unfortunately, both of them have had that happen far too many times. You just come off like an asshole, so I'm guessing no. Where the hell was I? We went so far off on a tangent here. Yeah, okay. The original opening had Heather and the family walking through a park, where an earthquake opened the ground up and swallowed Dylan, to which Heather grabbed him by the foot to keep him from falling in. This became too expensive to film, so it made Wes change it to what he feels like is a stronger opening.
Yeah, it's a good opening.
The whole thing with that. Yeah, no, it was a much, much better opening.
A lot cheaper.
Well, yeah, but it also fits better. I mean, literally, the opening of the scene is the same opening from the original Nightmare. That's how you do this.
Yeah.
There was a scene in the script that depicted Robert Englund okay, I wrote this wrong. Bear with me. Give me a sec. So it depicted Robert Englund having a Freddy nightmare. The nightmare had Robert stuck in a spider-like web, and the new Demon Freddy was a giant spider. This was dropped because it didn't fit the film's overall tone.
Like The Fly?
Kind of, yeah. Like he would be the fly trapped in it. Kind of, yeah. It would be a lot like that. Not a great idea.
No.
If he's gonna be,
it was kooky enough in The Fly.
Yeah, exactly. Well, The Fly is weird.